Right, so Western Cape Education MEC Schafer says a 4-week break for schools is too long and will disrupt the progress made by her department. Out of the 1,518 schools in the province, only half have reported infections, we're told. And of those that have reported, almost 75% have logged only 1 or 2 cases. On average, about 10 schools close every day for decontamination. The province says there's no evidence of mass infections in school or that schools are COVID-19 hotspots. For more, let's bring in via our Skype line Western Cape Education MEC Schafer. MEC, thanks for your time and welcome to the AM report. Perhaps as a start, let me draw attention to a tweet that came from your timeline, hot on the heels of the President's address, which read, and I quote, "Don't tell me what to do." Was that your message to the President?
No, it was a response to somebody. I put a message on Twitter and somebody gave a very arrogant response telling me, don't you just accept something or other. And I said, don't tell me what to do. And I think it's been taken totally the wrong way. No, it certainly wasn't to the President.
All right. So I guess given that then there's going to be a full compliance with the President's directive about, I guess, schools being closed for 4 weeks and matriculants and other grades being phased in after that. Is that correct?
We will comply with whatever is gazetted. There is no gazette yet, but of course we will. Our schools will be closed, as the President has said. But I would like to see the gazette because that is actually the law, not a decree by the President. But yes, we will comply with the gazette as we always have.
Right. But you obviously are taking exception to this decision. Tell us why.
Because unfortunately, the reasons you've given show that there really is no medical grounds for this decision at all, and it's not the interests of the children that are being put first. In fact, they're being put last. It is actually all about capitulation to the union's demands, and I do not believe that it's in the interests of the children, which should be our number one priority according to the Constitution, actually, which says the interests of the children should take priority in all decisions relating to children. Now, all the governing body associations, the NGOs and medical specialists have all been saying that children should be in school. And the minister's own statement last night, in fact, said that the Ministerial Advisory Committee was saying the same thing. So what is the real reason for this decision? Certainly not the interests of the children. The children are at very low risk. We have evidence now because the Western Cape had so many cases in the beginning. We have a lot of evidence now as to, as you said, the spread or no spread of the infection in schools. And it simply is not backed up by the facts. So there is only one interest that's being protected here, and that is the unions and the political interests of the ANC, I'm afraid.
And what do you base that on, MEC, especially considering that we've been told that you've actually been part of the discussions that have been taking place behind closed doors about the best way to move forward?
I have, and I've objected to the 4 weeks when we had the discussion in those meetings. We said we would be happy with a 2-week break because many of our teachers have been teaching during lockdown, so they could use a break. There has been a lot of anxiety. We completely accept that, given the new procedures and things that have to be put in place. So we would have supported a 2-week break. But 4 weeks, the effect of 4 weeks now is that some children will not have been to school for about 5 months, which is totally against their interest. It has got all kinds of effects, educational as well as long-term effects on their education, on their earning capacity, on their mental health, on their emotional well-being. We've even had reports of children being at home unsupervised because their parents have to go back to work. Dropout rates are likely to increase. Nutrition is not going to be as readily available as it is when schools are running as they should, even though the program will continue now during this time because of the court order that was granted. But there are a number of parents who are saying, my child just burst into tears last night because they just can't anymore. It's the emotional roller coaster for the children also. And I really don't believe that it's backed up by scientific evidence. The DBE has in fact fought 3 court cases from people trying to close school, arguing why it's in the best interest of them to be at school, and now suddenly they just go that totally different direction.
I'm interested in the claim you just made, though, about schools essentially being used as a political football. To what end do you think this is happening? I mean, how does the ANC, as you've suggested, stand to benefit from schools being closed for this long?
Because that's what the unions are demanding, and they're giving in to the demands of the unions. The same government has allowed taxis to operate at 100% capacity for a distance of up to 200 kilometers, where people sit literally on top of each other. They sit literally side by side. And then children in a classroom who's sitting 1.5 meters away must now close. It makes absolutely no rational sense whatsoever.
We're going to have to leave it there. Thanks for giving us your take. Certainly appreciate your time on the AM report. Schafer is the Western Cape Education MEC. Thanks once again.